והדובר האחרון הוא ישי פליישר מחברון, אחותה של ירושלים. אומרים שישי פליישר אחריו אי אפשר לדבר, אז שמנו אותו אחרון כדי שלא יהיה מבוכה לאחרים, לדוברים האחרים. ישי, בבקשה.
The last speaker is Yishai Fleisher, who many of you know, spokesman, English spokesman for Hebron. Hebron, the sister of Yerushalayim. And Yishai is so great that it's very hard to speak after him, so we put Yishai last. After Yishai, we will have Hatikva. Stay with us. Yishai Fleisher, it's our honor.
Thank you, Yehudit and Nadia. Hold this for me. Yesterday, the Biden administration abstained, but did not reject the General Assembly United Nations resolution affirming the right of Palestinian refugees to come back to sovereign Israel. Yesterday, they stopped abstaining. They stopped rejecting. They did not say no. They said, okay, Palestinian refugees can flood into the rest of Israel. That's what the Biden administration did just yesterday. So I think we know what's going on here. Don't we know what's going on here? It's not about a consulate. This proposed Arab consulate in Jerusalem is just another step in the simple, grand strategy to curb Jewish sovereignty in the land of Israel. It's an attack on Israel. It's not to be nice to Arabs. It's to undermine and destroy Israel. That's what this building represents. We used to face something called replacement theology. You know what replacement theology is? That somebody else is the new Israel. Other religions, Islam, Christianity, it's the new Israel. Today we face a replacement narrative. We're not the people of this land. The Palestinians are the peoples of this land. The tomb of the fathers and mothers, the Machpelah, is not actually a Jewish site with the Jewish forefathers and mothers. It's a Palestinian World Heritage Site. That's what they're saying. They're changing the whole story. This is just another piece of it. They're trying to steal our identity and our history. It's not a joke what they're doing. It's part of a big strategy. To make Jerusalem a capital of a Palestine, of an invented Palestine, is a perversion of history. It's a lie meant to hurt us. And this is the face of the new anti-Semitism. This is anti-Semitism. It's not pro-Palestinianism. Yeah. How's this, okay? It's anti-Semitism, my friends, not pro-Palestinianism. And by the way, what is so liberal about creating a Palestine anyway? What's so liberal about it? Empowering a gang of thugs and despots? The PA, the PLO, the Hamas, it's all the same thing. It's a gang of anti-Semites, and by the way, they're anti-Arab. I speak to my Arab friends all the time. They're repressed by this gang. So what good is this thing other than one thing, which is anti-Israelism? It's not good for Arabs. It's not good for Jews. It's not good for our region. It's good for people that hate Israel. I know many, many Palestinians, so-called Palestinians as Arabs living in this region, who want to see Israel as the sovereign. I know that they tell me, they say to me, Yishai, take this Palestinian Authority off of our neck so that we can live normally, so that we can live under your sovereignty, be residents of Israel. And today I brought a hat that I got, my pro-Palestine hat. You see this hat? It says Palestine. You see? You see it? It's Palestine, Texas. There's a town in Texas called Palestine. They pronounce it Palestine. Palestine, Texas. And if you go to Palestine, Texas, guess what? They love Israel. They're pro-Israel, okay? They're Palestinians for Israel. Because they know the Bible, they know the history, and this is the real America. Not the America that's doing this garbage to our people and to the people of the Arab region as well. I love Palestine, Texas. This is the real Palestine. It's the one with real history. All right? It's the one that I could support. Not the fake Palestine that's trying to take our identity. So, Palestine, Texas, normal Arabs that want to live under Israeli law and want to accept Israeli sovereignty, all these people see the very natural thing that is Israel in the land of Israel, a Jewish Israel in the land of Israel. Because, my friends, there is nothing more normal, nothing more organic, nothing more holistic than the Jewish people in Judea. Is there anything more beautiful than God's return of the Jewish people to the land of Israel? Is there anything more gorgeous in all of history than this promise coming true in our time? And there are people around the world, and in the UAE, and even in Saudi Arabia, and here in Israel, and Hebron, there are Arabs, there are Jews, there are Christians, there are people all around the world who see that beauty. And some people want to cover up that beauty. We won't let them. And so we have a little message now. We have a little message to the American administration. I don't know if you know the name of the Secretary of State. His name is Anthony Blinken. I have a new line, Raphael. I have a new line, which is, get your Blinken hands off of the land of Israel. Get your Blinken hands off Jerusalem. And when it comes to the Israeli leadership, there's also another little piece of information which we learned under the Trump administration. There are people that are with us. The world is not against us. The world is with us. All we have to do is stand strong. All we have to do is stand strong. From Eastern Europe, all over the world, there are people that stand with us, and they know Jerusalem is Jewish. Get your Blinken hands off of the land of Israel. Get your Blinken hands off of Jerusalem. Am Yisrael Chai. We will be strong, and we will be in Jerusalem forever.